Guys, hello. It's really early in the morning. It is still dark outside, and I'm just having a little bit of breakfast. As you can see, I have my lovely coffee just here that I'm drinking, and I'm wearing the Kerrytown. Oh my goodness, I'm so in love with this sweater. It was properly finished yesterday. I finished seaming it up and I am in love with it. The yarn is incredible. It's Knit Picks Capra, which is an MCN blend, and oh my goodness, it's so soft. I don't know whether it's because obviously this yarn I repurposed from another project, so the majority of it was washed after I ripped back that project, but it's so much softer than I remember it being when I was knitting with it, and it was really fun to knit with anyway. But it is done and it's warm and it's cozy, and oh, I'm in love. I love it so much. I know that I am going to live in this sweater, and it's so big and there's so much room in it, and oh, but yeah, I'm wearing that today. I've just been catching up on some Vlogmas videos before I need to attempt to head to work. I'm a little bit nervous because Emrys had problems yesterday because of the snow, and from what I can gather, a lot of the melted snow froze overnight and it has since snowed again. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about making my way into work, but fingers crossed it won't be too bad. I had a really good sleep last night, which was very, very needed, as you can know if you've been watching my other Vlogmas videos. I've been very, very tired, and I just slept so well. And Roly slept really well, which is just wonderful because he's been very restless. And I was worried that he was getting sick again, which is just horrendous. I don't want him to get ill again because he's only just started getting better. So fingers crossed he's kind of perking up again and is not going to get sick. And yeah, I'm just crocheting on my granny stripe blanket here, which I love. I got a new mini skein this morning. This was from my Amy selection of yarns. There we go. And this, I believe, is Hedgehog Fibres in their Villain colourway, and it is a single ply. It's very, very pretty, and a lovely kind of selection of colours, oranges and pinks, and yeah, I really, really like this. So yeah, that is what is going on this morning. I definitely feel like I'm getting a cold, as you can probably tell from my snuffly voice. So I'm going to wrap up super warm today. As you can see, I'm wearing my hand knit hat. I've got my Kerrytown pullover on. I'm also going to be wearing my void shawl. I'm going to be wearing my hand knit mittens. I'm basically going to drown myself in hand knits, and fingers crossed I will not get too cold, because that would just be miserable, particularly considering that my commute is so long now. Really, 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 really want to finish my colourwork mittens that I was working on recently. I've been catching up with lovely, lovely Ellie of Skein Dear. Hi Ellie. Her Vlogmas videos and her most recent podcast episode. And if you don't watch Ellie, you really should, because my goodness, that girl is... oh, she is so talented, and she designs patterns, and she's an incredibly prolific knitter. She is amazing. I just adore her, and she was talking in her most recent episode about doing a knit-along for 2018, and basically the idea is to knit 6 pairs of mittens, I believe, colourwork mittens, in 2018, and I just love that idea. I've been so inspired by all of the patterns that Ellie has been putting out, and all of the colourwork mittens that have been popping up around social media and Instagram. My lovely friend Amy of Stranded Dye Works has been knitting colourwork mittens, and whenever I see them I'm just like, I need some. So I'm very, very inspired to get involved in that as well. So things are churning in the old brain. But I would very much like to get my current colourwork mittens finished so that I can then have a nice clean slate for colourwork mittens in the new year. I would love to have multiple pairs of mittens to wear over winter. So yeah, we'll see. But for now, I'm going to finish up my coffee and I'm going to get ready to go to work, because gotta make that money to feed that dog and my yarn habit. I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Hi friends! So listen, here's the thing. Yesterday was a bit of a podcasting fail because I am picking up the next day. It was, to be honest, a bit of a weird day. It took me an incredibly long time to get to work, as I was kind of worried about at the beginning of yesterday's video. I talked about the fact that we'd had snow and how that can interfere with what's going on in the UK travel-wise, because we seem incapable of dealing with any kind of tiny extremities of weather. Everything just shuts down. So it took me about 2.5 hours to get to work in the snow and then the sleet and the rain, and it was horrible. And I just was an utter mess by the time I got to work. I did treat myself to an enormous donut, which I shared on Instagram, and if I can, I will pop the picture here. It was a delicious donut and it did make everything a lot better. Basically, last night, by the time that I got home, I just wanted a hot bath and a dinner and bed, and that was pretty much what my evening consisted of. And I completely forgot to pick up the camera. I was just so involved in having a bit of getting warm and chill time. So unfortunately there is no footage from last night. So apologies for that. I do have lots of things to get on with today. So hopefully tomorrow's episode is going to be a lot more entertaining for you. One thing that did happen, however, is that my gorgeous, lovely husband actually got me a little gift, which I am wearing today. It's a Christmas jumper. Isn't it cute? He is just so kind to me. And if you can't tell, it actually says Meowie Christmas on it. And then it obviously has this little cat, kind of Siamese cat with Christmas lights around its little head. And this is all kind of metallic thread as well, so it definitely has a bit of a kind of crazy 80s 90s vibe to it. So I absolutely love it, and I'm already wearing it today. Very, very excited about that. I love a Christmas jumper. In terms of my projects, I did manage to get a little bit more work on my Christmas jumper, and I wore my Kerrytown pullover all day and I absolutely love it. It is a resounding success and I'm really, really happy with it. And I also did a bit of crochet on my granny stripe blanket. So all in all, it was a pretty good day. I did get like a fair amount done on crafty projects and whatnot, just didn't end up picking up the camera. So I am sorry for that, guys, but I will check in with you again tomorrow, which of course is today for me, with a lot more interesting footage for you. And I hope you've all had a really, really wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!